So there is outrage across the United States of America today as Democrats have taken somebody's pet squirrel and executed them, and it is not going well for the Democrats in New York. Now, keep in mind, these are the same Democrats that tried to put Donald Trump in jail over a charge that they kind of just made up over a business practice that most real estate people do, or even homeowners do, when it's tax season and they want to value their home. But they 4 separate agencies raided somebody's house, guns a-blazing, treated him like a criminal because he had a pet squirrel and a raccoon, and you can't have that in New York because government says so. Let's listen to the owner of the pet and his statement about this.
We just learned that they have euthanized Peanut.
And the raccoon as well.
And the raccoon as well. I am so sorry. This must be really difficult for you.
It not only tears my family apart, but Peanut was the cornerstone of our nonprofit animal rescue. And 10 to 12 DEC officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses breakfast or lunch. I was sat there like a criminal after they interrogated my wife to check out her immigration status, then proceeded to ask me if I had cameras in my house, then proceeded to go through every cabinet, nook, and cranny of my house for a squirrel and a raccoon.
They got a search warrant?
They got a search warrant. 4 departments and a judge signed off on a search warrant for a squirrel and a raccoon. And then they took them and killed them.
Why did they go through all that to get a search warrant for an animal that had been with you very safe?
Oh, imagine this is you one day.
And the world witnessed this for 7 years. Why now suddenly did they show up with a search warrant and take these animals?
We haven't a clue. We don't know who made the complaints. Again, Peanut was an indoor squirrel, not harming anybody. He's been with us for 7 years. Not a single complaint was ever filed for this animal. We had him for 7.5 years. He became the world's most famous squirrel. We weren't hiding him by any means. He was all over TikTok. He became the first squirrel on TikTok to ever hit 1 million followers. He did every news station around the world. He's helped people. He's helped kids gather joy. And then we started a nonprofit animal rescue called Peanut's Freedom Farm to help animals like Peanut fight a good fight when they're in a neglected case or they're sitting in a slaughter auction. And he was the cornerstone of our life and our org.
So not only are these people just normal human beings, they rescue animals like for a living. They have rescue horses, they rescue all sorts of animals, but the government decided to raid their house. Imagine being a New Yorker and somebody comes in and kicks your door open because you took a squirrel from outside into your own home. Well, the Republicans are obviously capitalizing on this. Here's what J.D. Vance had to say at a rally about it.
So I know Don's fired up about Peanut the squirrel. We were on the way down here from Cincinnati. He was like, is it really the case that the Democrats murdered the Elon Musk of squirrels? And I said, yeah, it sounds like, have you seen the videos of this squirrel? Yeah. He's a genius, or he was, unfortunately. But the same government that doesn't care about hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrant criminals coming into our country doesn't want us to have pets. It's the craziest thing. Look, let me leave you with a couple thoughts here, because I know we're going to get on to the next spot, and I want to make it clear that if you are undecided in this election, I think it's important to consider what's at stake. And I know all of you are not undecided.
It's important to consider whether or not the party you're going to vote for is going to raid your home, terrorize your wife, sit you on the curb in handcuffs for 5 hours, and not let you use the bathroom, or have the police escort you to the bathroom. That's the difference between Democrats, is that's what they'll do.